part of the training of the Mossad is to how to accurately uh, crush baby skulls and target schools and torture children. Like this is part of the thing. Also, we know that Mossad is also responsible for a lot of the bombings that they blamed on Gaddafi because the rule of Mossad, what this right here in what they call Hebrew, this reads war by deception. So as you see, this thing right here, Kamala Harris, that is not only Boule and all that other stuff or whatever. She's also descended from so-called white or Indian slave owners who own plantations in what they call Jamaica, which in our tongue was Escamaica. So these, what I'm saying, are the people that are always used as the cream of the crop to be able to be put on the pedestal or put in a position to look like they just are for the people. It just came out of nowhere when their whole upbringing was about not being a part of the community that they are allegedly representing. You know what I'm saying? So that is the war by deception that's used in all of Western politics because all of Western politics is infested with Mossad agents. But what we see as political internal conflict mostly is just theater, all of this stuff that they're doing in what they call the clandestine services, which are the real people who run the governments of the world, you know? So, Gail and Oprah basically being exposed from the stuff that Monique was talking about 2 years ago. All of that stuff we see now is true, but we knew it was true then. The problem is the way that the structure works is that you have to be ostracized for a little while before people really grab on to what it is that you're saying because now it's affecting them. All of the stuff that's happening to white people, like the opioid epidemic and all of that is just a byproduct of the apathy that white people had during the crack era when we had generations of kids dying from these drugs and they were listed as super predators and seen as criminals and put in the school to prison pipeline. You know what I'm saying? That everybody agrees exists, but nobody wants to stop. What they want to do is reform it. But how can you reform a system that was set up to perpetually destroy the future generations of people who make under $1,000 a year? These are the people who are the most threat because they are the ones whose equity, bonds and stuff is being used as sureties for these different companies that's doing all this stuff around the world. In which these are the same companies that pay both Snoop and Gail and Oprah. Do you know what I'm saying? So my thing is, okay, it's cool you actually have an opinion about something like that, but let's really keep it real. That opinion is still within the sphere of it being, how do you say, sanctioned by the same people who you act like you're supposed to be against. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm quite sure if you did some digging and stuff back in the days, especially when these niggas was all up in Hollywood, you'll find pictures of Snoop and other people with Harvey Weinstein. I'm sure you'll find pictures of stuff like that. Why wouldn't you? Because it wasn't a problem back then when he was doing all of this stuff. It's still not a problem because he's not in jail. Bill Cosby's in jail, you see, because of the status that they was establishing. Yeah, it was the oil that Duke Energy and the rest of them was looking up under his house to get. Yeah, that was part of it. Yeah, it was the NBC thing. But the only reason why they got that close to even know that stuff was happening, because he was at these parties with these niggas, at these cigar parties or the Playboy Mansion or whatever, talking about, his plans and shit and looking at these people like they really gonna help him do that. Like, these Negroes get too familiar because of this pseudo code that's supposed to exist amongst them that really is not real. So Uh, if you look at the chick that came out against Snoop, talking about he better watch what he talking about, Gayle King, you look at her husband, that's another white man. See what I'm saying? Because that is the mode that they're optioning black women to get into. Marry yourself a rich white or even a whatever white. You don't even got to be rich. You just got to be white. And create more half original or unoriginal babies so that way so-called phenotypically original black people can be done away with. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what they want. You know, they want everybody to be a neutrinoid or to be beige and all of the original people, and that's how they want to destroy racism. But that's racist. The way that they want to destroy racism is racist. Yeah, Susan Rice. That's what I'm saying. Been married to an old white woman because she's connected. I think that's Condoleezza's sister, and you know how they get down. They bred these mayors, M-A, not M-A-Y-O-R-S, but M-A-R-E-S, because that's how they treat these hoes. They made them like that to breed with these dudes and then only be black when it comes to that. Kamala Harris then locked all these black men up over the years. Now she on TV pandering, talking about how she used to smoke weed and listen to Dr. Dre. Like, that's what I'm saying. You understand? This was a picture. And so what I'm talking about in the relationship and how things go, you got to understand that you're dealing with people that playing chess, not checkers, and in that you play both sides against the middle. This was the American Nazi Party under Richard Rockwell at a Nation of Islam meeting prior to the treaty being made between them and the Nazis. This was also opened up the door for H.L. Hunt, the guy from Hunt's Ketchup, to be one of the benefactors for the Nation of Islam. You know what I'm saying? Which is why you never really heard about no heavy Muslims being lynched and all that back in the days, because Malcolm X, he even talked about it. Malcolm X was one of the people who went to negotiate the deal. So this is documented fact. This ain't it's not like they superimposed these niggas in the front. These niggas was that because at the time, the Nazi Party and the NOI have the same agenda, which is to segregate and have their own society for their own people. But you got to remember, the Nazis lost the war. The white Confederates lost the war. See what I'm saying? So when the Nazis came over here under Operation Paperclip, their connections to the old American Nazi Party has its old roots in the Wolfenstaffe, which was the SS. So this is what helped a lot of them come here to America and be able to raise Hitler Youth in what we today call neo-Nazism. You understand? So all them American boys that went over there to die in World War I, World War II, in that fake war, they just brought all of the rich ones and the ones that they needed to do technology and stuff and just brought them over here and put them in the United States government. And then their children went on into higher positions in government and state and entertainment, you see. And so all of this comes together in the military industrial complex, which then translates into the entertainment industrial complex. And then both work together in a place called Iron Mountain or Lookout Mountain. Right. NASA is the face of that. DARPA is what NASA purports to be, but DARPA is the real NASA. NASA is a Hebrew word. Again, remember I told you the Hebrews, the Jews is running this. NASA is a Hebrew word that means like non-existent or a lie or like a fiction. Now that's what I mean in Hebrew. You dig?